It happened quietly without warning. One morning, the hum of life was gone. No buzzing bees, chirping crickets, glowing fireflies. No crawling ants, fluttering butterflies, or swarming locusts. The world had lost every insect, a disappearance so complete it felt like a dream slipping away. At first, humanity rejoiced. People noticed fewer bites, fewer stings. Gardens looked tidier without ants marching across countertops. Outdoor dinners were more pleasant without mosquitoes. Farmers breathed easier without pests consuming crops. But soon the silence became unsettling. Without insects, plants began to falter. Bees no longer pollinated flowers. Butterflies no longer spread pollen between blooms. Orchards bore fewer fruits. Fields of crops yielded less and less. Entire ecosystems collapsed as plants failed to reproduce. The air grew heavy with absence. The consequences rippled quickly. Birds that relied on insects for food vanished or dwindled. Bats, frogs, fish, entire chains of life broke apart. Without insects to break down decay, forests became cluttered with unprocessed waste. The earth thickened with fallen leaves and rotting wood, a tangled silence that stifled life. Agriculture faced catastrophe. Farmers tried artificial pollination, teams of workers manually shaking flowers or spraying pollen. But such methods were slow and costly. Food shortages began. Prices rose, though currency meant little compared to survival. Scarcity became the new currency. The absence of insects changed human culture. Festivals celebrating spring vanished without bees and butterflies. Children no longer chased dragonflies near ponds. Science raced to replace what was lost, developing robotic pollinators, synthetic fertilizers, and gene-engineered plants. Yet none could replicate the elegance of nature's design. The world adapted, but the adaptation was fragile. Forests shifted, replaced by plants that could self-pollinate. Humans altered diets, relying more on grain, fungi, and lab-grown meat. Cities grew quieter yet more fragile, dependent on technologies to replace lost insect functions. Philosophers spoke of the Great Silence. It was not only the sound that was gone, but a reminder of how small life sustains the vast web of existence. Insects had been tiny threads in a tapestry no one truly understood. Threads now lost. Generations later, children learned about insects as if they were myths. In museums, preserved specimens glistened under glass, labeled "once alive." Teachers spoke of bees and ants and stories, of the balance of life, of how humanity lived because the smallest creatures lived too. The world without insects was quieter, cleaner, and strangely hollow. Humanity endured, but something essential, beauty, balance, harmony, had vanished. The planet still breathed, but it was no longer the same breath it had once known.